What exactly was Jesus saying whenever he was so young, and what kind of information did he give people?
Outside of the Quran, the account of Jesus speaking as an infant is not found in the canonical texts of Christianity. However, there are some apocryphal texts, like the Infancy Gospel of Thomas and the Arabic Infancy Gospel, which include stories of Jesus performing miracles and speaking as a child.
Hello, ChatGPT. So I know that in the Quran, Jesus was speaking as a child. What exactly was Jesus saying whenever he was so young, and what kind of information did he give people?
In the Quran, Jesus Isa in Arabic speaks as a baby in Surah Maryam, chapter 19. When Mary is questioned by her people for having a child, Jesus, still in his cradle, speaks to defend her. He says, "I am indeed a servant of Allah. He has given me the scripture and made me a prophet. And he has made me blessed wheresoever I be, and has enjoined on me prayer and charity as long as I live. And he has made me kind to my mother and not overbearing or miserable. So peace is on me the day I was born, the day that I die, and the day I shall be raised up to life again." Quran 19:33. This speech serves to affirm his prophethood, his blessed nature, and his duty to worship and serve God, while also highlighting his special status from birth. It underscores the miraculous nature of his life and his mission as a prophet in Islam.
So was that the only time that Jesus spoke whenever he was a child?
In the Quran, the incident in Surah Maryam where Jesus speaks from the cradle is the most prominent account of him speaking as a child. There aren't other instances in the Quran that describe Jesus speaking during his childhood beyond this event. This miraculous speech is significant in Islamic tradition, emphasizing his prophetic role and the purity and righteousness of his mother, Mary. It's also a demonstration of God's power to perform miracles through his chosen prophets.
So how did people react whenever they heard that Jesus was speaking in the cradle, nonetheless?
The Quran doesn't provide specific details about the reactions of the people when they heard Jesus speaking from the cradle. However, given the extraordinary nature of the event, it's implied that it was a powerful sign and a miraculous affirmation of his prophetic mission and the purity of his mother, Mary. In Islamic tradition, such miracles are seen as clear evidence of a prophet's divine appointment and a means to inspire faith among the people.
So what other accounts does it talk about with Jesus? Does it say anything else whenever he was in his younger childhood? Does it mention anything about whenever he disappeared for a little bit in the Quran? Does it mention anything else that's kind of different from the Bible than and what people usually know about Jesus?
In the Quran, Jesus is mentioned in several passages, emphasizing his role as a prophet and messenger of God. Some key aspects include miracles. The Quran mentions several miracles performed by Jesus, such as healing the blind and lepers, bringing the dead back to life, and creating a bird from clay and breathing life into it, all by God's permission. Message. Jesus is described as a messenger who confirmed the Torah and brought the gospel. He called people to worship the one true God and live righteous lives. Refutation of divinity. The Quran refutes the idea of Jesus' divinity and the concept of the Trinity. It emphasizes that Jesus was a revered prophet and a servant of God. Crucifixion. The Quran states that Jesus was not crucified or killed, but was instead raised up by God. This differs from the Christian narrative of the crucifixion. 5. Return. The Quran doesn't explicitly mention the second coming of Jesus, but Hadith literature, sayings of the Prophet Muhammad, speaks of Jesus' return before the Day of Judgment to restore justice and defeat the false Messiah, known as the Dajjal.
Are there any other texts that talk about Jesus speaking as an infant?
Outside of the Quran, the account of Jesus speaking as an infant is not found in the canonical texts of Christianity. However, there are some apocryphal texts, like the Infancy Gospel of Thomas and the Arabic Infancy Gospel, which include stories of Jesus performing miracles and speaking as a child. These texts are not considered authoritative or canonical by mainstream Christian traditions, but offer a fascinating glimpse into early Christian apocryphal literature and the diverse stories that circulated about Jesus' early life.
So did you say that in the Quran, it says that Jesus affirmed the Torah?
Yes, that's correct. In the Quran, Jesus Isa is described as affirming the Torah that was revealed before him. For instance, in Surah Al-Ma'idah 5:46, it says, "And in their footsteps we sent Jesus, the son of Mary, confirming the Torah that had come before him. We sent him the gospel, containing guidance and light, and a guidance for all mankind, and an admonition for the God-fearing." This passage highlights that Jesus was sent to confirm and uphold the teachings of the Torah, and that he brought the gospel as guidance and light for the people.
Wow, that's really interesting. I would have never thought that that Jesus would confirm the Torah from Judaism in the Quran. That's really interesting, and I think that even gives more credibility to the Quran, because it's basically not saying that it's basically showing that it's not a bias towards one religion or another. It's really just saying, hey, this is what it is. This is what Jesus did. It's very simple, and it's basically explaining what happened. And this makes me even want to read the Quran more.
Yeah, very interesting, because I did know that the Quran mentioned baby Jesus talking as a baby, but I wasn't sure if any of the other texts out there that were like omitted from the Bible or something also mentioned it. But it sounds like that's a very, very unique thing that the Quran has, and it's quite fascinating. And of course, it's part of the Surah Maryam, which is very high regarded.